Good morning. Coffee time. Here's hoping this tastes good. I wonder how much you're supposed to have. A few tablespoons. We shall see. Don't mind my very greasy hair. Try this. It tastes good. Still definitely not sweet. It does not sweeten the coffee. It's still very, very bitter, but it'll do. On my way to the gym, guys. Can you even see me? Hello, it's so dark out. It's 5:22. I am behind, as per the usual, but I'm just doing cardio this first week on Whole30 just to see how it goes working out. I'm not counting my calories, I'm not counting my macros. I don't know what I'm consuming, so I don't know how it'll affect my body doing an early morning workout. So we shall see on the way to the gym. Well, that was a little rough just because I still have a little bit of a headache, which I can't tell if it's because my neck hurts from, I don't know if like it's because of the way I'm sleeping, because my neck hurts, or it's because of like a sugar withdrawal. I can't tell the difference because these are the kind of headaches that I get all the time. But I'm gonna go with the fact that it might be from sugar because I rarely get a headache. Like at the gym, I didn't wake up with this headache. I don't know. It doesn't hurt right now, so maybe it's just because I was exerting myself. Not sure, but I did do 45 minutes. Whew. Catching my breath is hard right now. I'm gonna go home, take a shower, and meal. Everything is pretty much prepped. I just have to pack it all up to take to work with me. Alright guys, here's my food for the day. In case I don't get to show you guys like at work, because it is the last day of summer. Tomorrow they officially go back to school. Well, the two boys do. The little one does not. So for breakfast, I have the egg muffins that I made yesterday with grapes. For a snack, I have this apple and I have almond butter at work. And then for lunch, I have the leftover cauliflower rice and sweet potatoes. It doesn't seem like a lot of food at all, guys. I'll definitely have more fruit at work, and maybe I will think of something else to add to breakfast when I get there. I don't know. But I wish my avocados were more ripe. I would definitely add one of these for breakfast. This one might be okay. Let's add an avocado. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm forgetting. Yesterday I had this for breakfast, snack, lunch, and then another snack. My sister said I'm not really supposed to be snacking all that much. I have to research that more. Maybe I'll grab an RX bar to bring just in case. But yeah, this is what we're having, and I'm going to pour myself another cup of coffee. Just snacking on a few almonds. So I am making this chicken cutlet for dinner. I'm not making everything else. Making this with some roasted potatoes and some broccoli. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I'm feeling a little icky. Not like gross. I feel like I'm having like a little bit of a headache. Blah. Like I was reading this thing on one of the groups that I joined. I feel like I'm too tall. You kind of feel like hungover the first few days, and that's exactly how I feel. I'm really, really hungry, so I don't know if I'm not having enough food for lunch and breakfast, but we shall see. I am making dinner, and then I'm eating dinner. I'm starving. Alright, so here are my potatoes. I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, my usual. What's weird for me is cooking without using like a spray. Because I always spray everything before I put it on the pan or whatnot. And so I'm just gonna like put a little olive oil and then brush it. This is so weird to me. It's so weird also not like tracking and like counting and like weighing. I can't, like, it's just weird to me. I mean, I know portions. Like, let's be serious. I've been doing Weight Watchers for years. Like, I've been doing this kind of stuff for like 10 years, so I know which kind of portion, I know what I should be having and shouldn't be having. So it's not like I'm overdoing it. It's just weird to me to like brush the pan with olive oil. It's also weird not to be having cheese and yogurt. So weird. Like when I was like hungry today for a snack, I usually like grab a piece of cheese. Nope. You're not even supposed to snack that much. I get it's again, every like a few pages that like I read, like people have little snacks and then some people say no snacking. So I don't know. My also other thing is like, what's the deal? Like, I don't understand why stevia is not allowed. It's a natural sweetener. I get it that there's this whole thing in the Whole30 world that it's like having sex with your pants on. That's like the analogy they use. And it's like, I guess it's like, why do something if it's not gonna like be the real thing? I don't know. I don't get it still. It's only day 2, guys. So I'm gonna put these potatoes in the oven and then get started on the chicken. So here's the chicken all breaded. I just paused my Gossip Girl. You know I'm always watching something. So this is how I did the chicken. I'm sorry I didn't film all of it. It just takes a lot. Except I didn't have coconut flour, so I just did all almond flour. I did everything else except dried lemon peel. I didn't have that. But everything else to a T, and I did a lot more chicken. So I actually doubled the amount of almond flour. So I did a cup instead of half a cup. And then I have 3 tablespoons of olive oil in here. And I'm just gonna fry them up. And my potatoes look delicious. Don't mind my dirty oven. And I'm gonna get some veggies cooking as well. Oh my god, guys. This chicken is to die for. I'm just waiting for the broccoli to be done, but I couldn't, I'm so hungry. I mean, I might like it this way better than I like it with like regular breading. Almond flour is to die for. Alright guys, here is my delicious dinner. I am so excited to eat. I'm also having a LaCroix, whatever you call these. And I've got lots of leftover chicken. I started eating a little bit more. Who knows if that's allowed or not. But Rob will eat this when he gets home. He's on an estimate. And I will have leftovers for like lunches. I'm so excited. So I'm going to scarf this down, and obviously it'll be my last meal because there's no snacking. Well, I mean, I'm not going to snack after dinner. If I'm hungry throughout the day, I'd rather have a little snack than get so hungry where I'm probably not going to follow the plan. So I'm going to have a little snack. Anyway, so off topic. I have so many thoughts. I'll probably do like a weekend review at the end to see how I feel about this. But so far so good, guys. Oh, there's my ring tan line. Better put that bad boy back on. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is so nice being able to just like pull things out and put them together. Meal prep is so key. So I'm packing it for lunch. 2 of the salmon cakes. I'm almost out of these. Some of the potatoes from last night. I don't think my lunch was big enough yesterday, which is why I was so hungry last night. I don't know. I need to cut this pineapple up. That looks delightful. Okay, we got some potatoes. And now we'll have some broccoli. And I will pack up my breakfast. I just want to show you guys that it is so nice to have everything ready to go. I'm gonna pack up the eggs for breakfast and get my coffee and get out the door. Here is breakfast. I've got 3 of the little egg muffins just because I feel like half of it got lost in the pan because my nonstick pan was god awful. I need to get a new one. I have to throw it out actually because this got stuck to it. Or I need to put them in little muffin liners. So these are the ones that I made in the previous video. And I've got some strawberries and blueberries here, and I'm still working on my coffee. I am drinking my coffee slower now that it's just with the nutpods creamer. So yeah, I definitely miss regular coffee, guys. Hey guys, so it's been quite a while since I showed you my food. I think I showed you breakfast and then actually forgot the rest of the day. Probably because it was like the first day the boys were back in school and I got a lot of like my own like things that I needed to get done that I really couldn't get done with like 3 kids being home. For example, I had to call the caterer to get food ordered for my sister's shower, well, sprinkle. I was trying to research hair salons for my wedding. I had like a list forever long. And the little one is so good at just playing. Ugh, she's just so good. She's so good. And then we had to run some errands, and then we ate lunch in between like running errands. So that was that. I had another cup of coffee. I'm trying really hard not to snack because I was reading another article about the snacking you're not supposed to. But again, I'd rather have a little snack of like fruit or the RX bar. I know they're not like ideal, but they're technically Whole30 compliant. I don't know if the ones I'm getting technically are. I'm not restarting. I will be buying new ones that I know 100% are, because I'm still doing this pretty darn good. You know what I mean? So there's that. I forgot my train of thought. That's how I am. Oh, so I had an apple and then the RX bar, and then I had a cup of coffee. I noticed that if I added a little bit more of the nutpods, it tastes a little bit better. But it's definitely, I want to order, I'm going to link it down below, the nutpods, because somebody had commented on my video about them, and you get them on Amazon. I have not found them in stores. Somebody commented on my Instagram that they saw them at Home Goods. I went to Home Goods and didn't see any, but they did have like a big section of like healthy foods, so that's probably where she found them. But I'm going to Whole Foods right now because I would like to find a Whole30 compliant mayonnaise, because I'm making a broccoli slaw next week. I did my first Amazon Prime fresh order, so I'll be doing an unboxing for you guys there. I've been like contemplating doing some kind of like easier food shopping, so because I'm trying to save money even though I'm doing this. So I like that you could see the total money that you're spending while you're adding things to your cart, so like you know what you're doing. And Amazon Prime, the fresh is so nice. Like once I went to check out and it was like, give me % off for this. I guess they like run different promotions, like Rob's cereal, because Rob's clearly not doing this at all. He's eating what I cook, but like last night he's like, I go to bed way before him, and he snacks like he has to eat before he goes to bed. He's so unhealthy, and he was like, there was no food in this house. I had to run to Quick Check to grab a sandwich. I'm like, first of all, why are you doing this at 10 o'clock at night? And second of all, there was plenty of leftover food. Whatever, tonight is leftover night, so I figured I can run to Whole Foods so I don't have to worry about my cooking. And I'm out of work somewhat early. So yeah, I'll show you guys what I find. If you guys have if any Whole30 followers, or if any Whole30 challengers or whatever you're called are following me and have any other things that like you suggest, let me know down below. But yeah, I'm excited to see what I find. Alright guys, so I just went to Whole Foods. I literally just grabbed like a few things. I grabbed the Primal Kitchen Chipotle Lime Mayonnaise. This would be really good for my, why won't it focus? Focus. Here we go. For the broccoli slaw that I'm making next week, I think you mix this with like apple cider vinegar and it becomes a little dressing. That sounds delightful. I also grabbed from the same brand Primal Kitchen Ranch dressing. So I'm excited about this. This was not on Prime Fresh, so I'm glad Whole Foods had it. This stuff is real. This was $7 and this was $10. So I mean, I thought Amazon Prime bought Whole Foods, so I didn't see a price difference of that much. My dad asked me to pick him up extremely dark chocolate, so I got him that. And I also grabbed 2 other flavors of the RX bars. I got this one. Again, according to the ingredients, it's Whole30 compliant. You're allowed to have peanuts, so I don't know, and there's cocoa in it. And then is cocoa not allowed? I thought cocoa was allowed. I don't know, I'll have to look that up. And then I got the blueberry one because I know for sure that this one is allowed. So yeah, that's what I got at Whole Foods. Let's go home and have some dinner. So I'm making sweet potato chips. I don't have one of those, what are they? Mandolins. So I feel like I sliced them thin pretty well on my own. I'm hoping to have these with some guacamole later in the week. Oh, my sister's FaceTiming me. But I'm gonna get these in the oven. Just brush them with a little olive oil and salt. So I just brushed the pan with olive oil, and I brushed these guys with olive oil and just salted them up. And I'm gonna put them in the oven until they're nice and crispy. Let's see what the recipe said. I followed this one. If they come out good, I'll leave the recipe link down below, because I'm not a fan of sweet potatoes with like cinnamon, and I'm a traditionalist. I like them just like salted, even when I'm making them. Okay, 20 to 25 minutes. If these come out good, I will link this recipe, but it's literally just sweet potatoes, olive oil, and salt. So you don't really need much of a recipe. 400 degrees and salt. That's it. Here is dinner. I've got the leftover chicken from last night and the potatoes, and I made a little avocado and tomato salad. Delicious. Well, my first attempt is a fail. Well, I mean, they might still taste good. I burnt a few. I guess this is why you're supposed to have them all the same size. I don't know if you're supposed to refrigerate these or just keep them in a bag. I'm sorry. Just burping from my dinner. So I guess we'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure, guys. We'll see how these taste.